Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. Yang berhormat Tuan Haji Muhammad bin Sabu, the Minister of Defence, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Malaysian Armed Forces Defence College Course Serial 38 2018.
Ladies and gentlemen, to begin today's ceremony, may we call upon Yang Berbahagia Rear Admiral Datuk Sabri bin Zali, Komandan of the Malaysian Armed Forces Defence College, to deliver his opening address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Yang berhormat Tuan Haji Muhammad bin Sabu, Defence Minister, Chief of Air Force, representatives of service chiefs, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. Now, this is my 5th graduation speech, my last one. I'm still nervous. Well, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation ceremony of Malaysian Armed Forces Defence Course, Serial 38 2018. My appreciation and gratitude to everyone for making time to be present here today. Indeed, your presence signifies the prestige of this occasion. Let me begin by extending my heartiest congratulations to all the course participants for having successfully completed this very demanding yet very rewarding course. Yang berhormat, I am pleased to report that out of the 45 course participants this year, 25 of them will graduate with distinction. And 20 others with credit. The best ever achieved by any cohort undergoing this course since the inception of the program in 2002. I am also very proud to announce that this cohort has also set a new record. The new record being the average CGPA of 3.68, the highest ever. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Here I wish to acknowledge the worthy contributions of the College Board of Governors for its continuous and invaluable support and guidance. In the same breath, I wish to thank the distinguished fellow, the Dean and lecturers of the Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities of Ucapan, members of the Directing Staff Council, and staff of the college for your untiring efforts as well as priceless contributions in ensuring the successful conduct and completion of this course. We are also deeply indebted to the Ministry of Defence, the Malaysian Armed Forces, the National University of Malaysia, embassies, high commissions, and many others for your contributions. Ladies and gentlemen, course participants, let me now focus your attention to the success you are enjoying today. You were able to succeed because there were other people who helped you along the way. For those of you with spouses and families, do remember their sacrifices for you. The importance of the roles played by your spouses and families can never be overemphasized. To the spouses, I commend your sacrifices. I sincerely hope that the friendship you have cultivated here will always be treasured and further nourished. because it is the most valuable takeaway of this course. As the saying goes, good friends care for each other. Close friends understand each other. But true friends stay forever, beyond words, beyond distance, and beyond time. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow course participants, may I now ask you to please rise and applaud in appreciation of the presence and sacrifices of your spouses and families. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Dear course participants, the year 2018 is coming to an end. And today is the day that all of you have been working very, very hard for. It is the day when you are honored and celebrated for your successful completion of the Malaysian Armed Forces Defence Course. It seemed only yesterday when all of you walked into this esteemed establishment with much anguish and trepidation. In my opening remarks early this year, I promised you that no one, and I meant no one, would be left behind. The fact that you are here today, arriving at the finishing line together, is a testament of a fulfilled promise. Today, my team and I take pride in seeing our labor bearing fruit. The offer to study for one whole year at this college may have made some of you feel uneasy and anxious, but you have managed to survive this whole year unscathed and triumphant. You all will rise in your respective organizations. Some of you will probably rise to the very top. You will lead, albeit perhaps at different levels. Ladies and gentlemen of Course 38, allow me to share with you two important points that I strongly believe leaders of today must be aware of. They are, first, being a compassionate leader, and second, the existence of what I would call as resistant virus. Being a leader is never easy, especially if you want to be an effective and a great leader. One of the traits of great leader is compassion. I strongly believe that compassion is an important attribute you must use to improve your circle of influence. As leaders, we will tremendously benefit from mastering both empathy and compassion. They may seem like interchangeable terms, but they are quite different. Empathy is the ability to connect with an emotion in order to feel their pain. Then there's compassion. Compassion is really empathy plus action. Empathy can leave you helpless. Compassion, however, allows you to act without losing your perspective. Studies show that subordinates who feel the compassion of their leaders are likely to work harder to the tune of 30% on longer and difficult tasks. Compassion leads to feelings of capableness and pride. The more compassionate we are as a leader, the harder our subordinates will work for us, and even willing to sacrifice themselves. Research certainly proves that connecting with others in a more compassionate, meaningful way can produce stronger teams, happier subordinates, and better productivity. In short, a compassionate leader is one who notices the feelings of his or her subordinates and acts on those observations. It also means listening with the intent to understand, not just to reply. Ladies and gentlemen of Course 38, let me move to my second point, the existence of the resistant virus. We have witnessed many leaders have failed miserably in their attempts to bring about changes within their organizations. The reason for this failure, in my humble opinion, is the ignorance of the existence of the resistant virus. How do we explain the resistant virus in plain language? The definition of resistance is any force that slows down motion. In the circumstances of an organization, it could be defined as any force that slows down or prevents change, while virus is defined as infectious agent that replicates only within the cells of a living host. When someone is infected by the resistant virus, you will notice these main behaviors. Appear to go along with the change, but in actual fact are still using the old ways, just in case the new ways do not work for them. Appear to be enthusiastic about implementing change, but are really putting it off to another time every time. Going along with change and implement those changes the way you want it without making any decisions, and may even work at making those changes fail, so they would later attribute those failures to you as their leader. These are some types of people you would encounter during your change management activities. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course 38, when people resist change, the resistant behavior is not the real problem. The real problem is what you do not see on the surface. We see a resistant behavior, which is a reaction to change, but we do not see the underlying condition that prompted that behavior in the first place. In my humble opinion, there is the resistant virus that has contaminated the people of our organization. As leaders, it is obligatory that we unearth the resistant virus by understanding the real cause of the resistance. For some, change means a major disruption to their routine rather than just minor inconvenience, while others are not really clear about what they are doing, yet they are embarrassed to ask for directions. For a few, they are not really comfortable with their ability to do the job well, and so they do not even want to try at all. In other words, they give up before even trying. For some, they are upset that decisions are being made about them without involving themselves, and thus slowing things down is just their way of maintaining some control of their situation. And finally, for few others, they are upset at the insinuation that what they are already doing is not good enough, or that they are irrelevant. Ladies and gentlemen of Course 38, so when people in your organization resist change, there is something going on below the surface, and that they have been infected by the resistant virus. Therefore, as leaders, we must find the true causes of the resistance to understand the experience of the change from their point of view. Then we can do something, then we can have something we can deal with, and we can help them through the change. And if you do not feel you have to drag them through the mud by their hair in order to do it, start treating resistance not as something to overcome, but as something to be uncovered and be understood. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the serious stuff. Let me now share with you a story about the freedom of mind. An old farmer wrote a letter to his son, who is in prison. Son, this year I will not plant cassava and yam because I can't dig the field. I know if you were here, you would have helped me. The son replied to the father, Dad, don't even think of digging the field because that's where I buried the money I stole. The police and prison officers, on reading this letter, went early in the morning and dug the whole field in search of the money, but of course nothing was found. The next day, the son wrote to his father again, Dad, you can now plant your cassava and yam. This is the best that I can do from here. The father replied, my son, you are brilliant indeed. Even in prison, you still command the policeman to do the job for you. The father said, I was so surprised to see the police chief and his team holding hoes and shovels digging my farm. I will write to you again when I want to harvest. Well, ladies and gentlemen, moral lesson. Nobody can imprison your mind. It's the only freedom no one else can control. Yang berhormat, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I thank you very much. Fair winds and following seas. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia.
And now with great honor, we call upon Yang Berhormat Tuan Haji Muhammad bin Sabu, the Minister of Defense, to deliver his speech, followed by the presentation of the Malaysian Armed Forces Defense College Diploma.
Yeah, I'm the first time this nervous. I sing with a voice. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berbahagia Junut Tan Sri Dato' Sri Haji Effendi Buang, Chief of Air Force. Yang berbahagia Lieutenant General Dato' Hasagaya bin Abdullah, Deputy Chief of Army. Yang berbahagia Vice Admiral Dato' Khairul Anwar bin Yahya, Deputy Chief of Navy. Members of the Malaysian Armed Force Defense College Board of Governors, Rear Admiral Dato' Sabri bin Zali, Komandan Malaysia Armed Force Defense College, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I just came back from Turkey, so the Turkish delight is still in me. First of all, let's thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His blessing in allowing all of us to gather here this morning for the graduation ceremony of the Malaysian Armed Force Defense College Course 38 of 2018. It is my great pleasure to be here this morning for the graduation ceremony of the highest learning institution of the Malaysia Armed Forces. And I would like to extend my heartiest congratulations to course participants of MAFDC Course 38 of 2018 for the successfully completing this very challenging but rewarding program. It is also a great privilege to be given the opportunity to address all of you at this most special event. Indeed, your graduation today marks the beginning of your journey to hold senior position within your respective armed forces. I was informed that the rigors of the course was deliberately designed in order to make you withstand the challenges as well as demand of your future career. The leader come and go, the army is still there. Today my counter partner resigned. They Mattis, US Defense Secretary. The award of the college diploma and master degree from University of Kebangsaan Malaysia is a clear and conclusive evidence that all of you have the right tool to execute your future undertakings. However, having said that, such knowledge must be tempered with wisdom, good judgment, tact and time, even mercy. Mind you, currently we are living in rather interesting time. The world is witnessing political, economical, and even environmental uncertainties. These geostrategic uncertainties will require defense establishment to have the foresight and wisdom to ensure our nation to weather those challenges. All of you of the graduating class will be part of the defense as well as the security establishment. That being so, your journey here at MAFDC will certainly put you in a good position to be an essential asset to the nation. I would also like to stress here is this August occasion, the 1 year that you underwent at the college is part of the nation's effort to continuously prepare the armed forces to deal with any future eventualities. Indeed, it falls in the securely within the policy of Minister of Defense to undertake steps to build the Malaysian armed forces into a force, that is capable and capable to cause current and future opponents to carefully reconsider military option in dealing with